YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is February 6th. We got ourselves a Monday. We got a few games on the NBA slate. We are in the car, but the car's actually brought some luck lately, so we're sticking with it as of right now, guys. But yeah, like we always do, we're going to jump into each and every game. I'll give you my lean, give you what I'm thinking about the game, but if you guys want to ride with me, or if you want to fade what I'm actually going to be betting on, what I'm going to be rolling with tonight, keep an eye on the pinned comment. I update that throughout the day. The pinned comment, guys, what I'm actually going to be rolling with, what I feel most comfortable with. Last night, we go 1-1. We had the Cavs minus 4.5. That cashes with ease. First quarter went back and forth, and then all of a sudden the Cavs absolutely took over. But we had the over in that game, over 225.5. Lost by a half point. I'm telling you guys, you might want to nickname me Hooky McGee. I have gotten so many losses received on my end on the hook, whether it's my prize picks, player props, or some of the spread and total picks as of late, guys. Hooky McGee out here, but we're jumping in to tonight's slate. We're gonna have a positive night tonight, guys, and we're starting it off with the Detroit Pistons hosting my Boston Celtics here. Pistons 11-point dogs at home, total sitting at 229.5 in their last 10 games. Pistons 4-6 against spread in their last 8 home games. They're 2-6 against spread here, but Boston, it's not like they've been much better. 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 here, a 1-7 in their last 8 to make it even worse. Marcus Smart still out, Luke Cornett questionable. Not that that matters all that much for Detroit. No major injuries on their end. Something to watch, though, would be Isaiah Stewart. It looks like he is probable. Detroit coming off of covering 2 of their last 3 games. They covered against Dallas, covered against Charlotte, and then lost by a bunch to Phoenix. Both these teams coming off, they lost to Phoenix, as the Celtics are coming off that loss a couple nights back. 11 points is way too much to lay. Do I think the Celtics can do it? Like, if I had a lean, which way would I lean? It's more or less fading the Pistons, but I guess I lean Celtics in this one. I don't totally love it, if I'm being completely honest. I hate to start the video with a I don't totally love game, but if anything that I'm looking at in this game would be the over 229.5. But to be completely honest, guys, this is not my most this is my favorite game of the night. But I do lean the literally slightest lean towards the Celtics. I could see them being a little angry, saying, let's get this damn ship back on track. We can't keep losing games. So they go out there and blow out one of the worst teams in the league. But I do think that this over has potential to hit too. All right, moving on, we got the Wizards taking on the Cavs here. This is a 2.5-point spread. Wizards plus 2.5. I don't have updated total. It opened up at 221, so we're just going to act like that's what it is as of right now, I guess. Cavs 4-2 against spread in the last 6, obviously covering for us last night. Washington playing Brooklyn a couple nights back. They covered for us as well, plus 2.5. So 2 teams, the last 2 final plays that we had, Cleveland last night, Washington 2 nights ago. Both teams have covered for us. Karis LeVert's questionable here for Cleveland. For Washington, Bradley Beal is questionable. Kyle Kuzma is out, and Gill is out. That one doesn't matter all that much. But these 2 teams both kind of kicking it into gear here. But I will say 2.5 points. I don't really care that Cleveland's on a back-to-back in this part. I think 2.5 points is definitely doable. They had an easy, no-sweat win against the Pacers. So I'm going to lean Cleveland minus the 2.5 points. And I also like the over a lot in this game. Again, I don't have an updated line, but it opened at 221. So if it's around there, I do like that one going over. Guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. We're cruising towards 20,000 subscribers. It is blowing my mind that I can even say that. And I will say this too. I know you guys always like, oh, don't pay attention to the haters. I see all the comments. I look at all the comments. Hopefully we can stay at a point where we can always read all comments, right? Some of the comments you guys leave, it's like some of you guys watch a YouTube video and think you're so entitled to being like, oh, you stink. It's like, we went 1-0 2 nights ago and someone was like, oh, you only got 1 right. And it's like, we only had 1 play. Yes, we only got 1 right. That's 100%. It's small, it's minimal, but yeah, follow directions. But guys, all good. I love the spot you guys are putting me in and making a lot of things possible. So I cannot thank the true supporters and everyone that tunes in every single day enough. If you guys are new, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're not always in a car, but we do drive up to the 6th floor in a parking garage to get some peace and quiet, some nice, and I watch the sunrise because we get up early to do it. So we're trying to get these videos out no matter what and how we have to get them out, whether it's in the studio with the mic, the camera, all that stuff, or if we're on here just with our phone doing it in the car. So hope you guys do appreciate that. Yeah, enough of that rant. Let's jump back into this. We got the Nets 6.5-point dogs taking on the Clippers. Another video for another day, but Kyrie Irving, He's off to another team to probably ruin. I could see him working out in Dallas, but I don't see it working out right away here. But nonetheless here, obviously he is not playing. Seth Curry is out. TJ Warren is questionable. Ben Simmons is questionable. And Kevin Durant is questionable. Meanwhile, this Clippers team covering 3 straight games. They're 7-3 in their last 10 against the spread. Playing pretty good in the last 8. They're 7-1. And on the road, 6-3 in the last 9 against the spread. 6.5 points is a lot to drop here, but I think that this Nets team is in shambles. Like, without Kyrie Irving, without Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons questionable, like, this team, Seth Curry out, this team is turning into a bad team. They were, what, the number 2 or 3 team in terms of championships odds, like, a month ago. And now they just are going to turn into a bad team. It is absolutely crazy. So I'm going to lean the Clippers here, minus the 6.5 points. Total's 219.5. I don't see any defense on the Brooklyn side of things. Yes, the Clippers are going to be able to play defense, but 219.5 seems fairly low. I'm going to lean towards the over in this one. I do think that obviously they're missing all their scores on the Brooklyn side of things, but they can figure out how to score 105, I think. And then if they can score 105, I think this one gets blown out in terms of an over. Moving on, you got the Rockets. Wow, we're talking laughingstock after laughingstock of the league. Rockets hosting the Kings. Rockets getting only 5.5 points at home. Total 234.5. I saw this, did some research on it, and I do like the under in this game. I don't think the Rockets are going to be able to hold their own. And I think that in terms of how Sacramento's going to play, I think that they're kind of coming back down to earth in terms of all the points they've been scoring. 2 straight games, they've only scored 104 points. That is not like them. They've scored 95 points, 110. This is all within the last 10 games. They're trending a little bit less than they were at the beginning of the year when they're scoring like 120, 130 apiece. And the Rockets, obviously, we don't have to worry about them scoring a bunch of points. They're scoring, they vary, but they're scoring 95 to 111. 234.5 is a high number, so not to gas up the under here, but I do like the under. Eric Gordon's questionable. Kevin Porter Jr. still out. Garrison Matthews questionable. Jayshawn Tate questionable in this game as well. De'Aaron Fox questionable for the Kings. Again, 5.5 points doesn't seem like it's that much. I'm all over the Kings in this one, even without De'Aaron Fox. If he's questionable, I hope he plays. It makes this line look even sexier. 5.5 points, super sexy. But I will say, if he plays and gets ruled in, I bet this line jumps a little bit. So if you want to gamble on his injury, go ahead. I don't think that I'm going to. I'd probably wait to see that injury out, but I do like the under as of right now. And this one opened up at 234.5, still is 234.5. So we don't know really. There's no tell as to which way this is necessarily moving as of right now. All right, Spurs taking on the Bulls. Bulls 10.5 point favorites. Total 237. I like the under, in this one. These two teams played in October, and the San Antonio Spurs won 129 to 124. I think that that's why this line is so high in terms of a total. But Spurs, 10.5 points is a lot to give. I would sound the psycho alert alarm because this Spurs team is absolutely not playing well right now. But I will say this, 10.5 points is too much to give the Bulls. The Bulls are a good team. They're turning into a good team. They're playing well. They've covered 3 of the last 4. They've won 3 of the last 4 against decent competition too. But 10.5 points, I don't think as of right now this Bulls team is a 10.5 point spread team. So ipso facto, I'm leaning, sound the psycho alert alarm if we had the sound drop in front of us. I'm leaning San Antonio plus 10.5. This opened at 9.5 and it's gone up to 10.5 already. Maybe it moves even more if people are just trying to fade the Spurs. But I'm going to lean towards the under and San Antonio. All right, Dallas taking on the Jazz here. Dallas getting 9 points, which makes sense. Both these Nets team and the Dallas team, I'm probably not going to spend much time even thinking about betting on them because they had a lot of a switch up there. Like Dallas no longer going to have Spencer Dinwiddie or DFS. Looks like Christian Wood has been upgraded to probable, which is good. For Utah, Jared Vanderbilt is questionable. This Dallas team, it's not like they're playing good basketball already. And then all of a sudden you go and throw in the fact that they're going to trade for Kyrie Irving and trade 2 guys that actually gave them valuable minutes. I can't bet on them until I kind of see that one through. Utah, 9 points though, is way too much. So I always try to give you guys a lean. I say I give a lean on every game. I'm punting this bad boy away. 9 points on either side. It just seems a little too volatile for me. In terms of a total, 221. I do not hate the over in that game. All right, 2 games left, guys. Make sure to check out the links in the description. We do have a couple sponsors of the show. One being Prize Picks. If you guys are interested in player props and things like that, check out Prize Picks. I use that every single day. We're posting over on TikTok our plays. We've been a little cold lately. That's why we're in the car. We had to sell the damn house. But guys, check that out. And also MyBookie. If you're interested in a new sportsbook, make sure to check out MyBookie. Super easy interface. And you can use code GBS for a % match on your deposit. Plenty of promos going on because of the Super Bowl next week. So make sure to check out that link in the description as well. All right, Portland taking on Milwaukee. Portland 4.5 point dogs at home. Total 2 240. Usually, you guys, you know my 240 rule, right? If it's 240 plus, I start to look at how we could make the under justified. And if I can't, then I just stick away from it. I'm not going to take an over if it's over 240. Maybe it's a dumb rule. Maybe it's an arbitrary rule. Maybe I'm stupid, but that is the rule. For this one, I can't justify why we'd go under in this, so I'm sticking away from this total. I want to lean under because 240 seems super high, but if you're telling me that these two teams can't go out there and just score a boatload of points, then I don't know what to tell you. You know, the Bucks defense, it's supposed to be good. It hasn't been good, plenty of spots, and it's a team like Portland that can go out there and drop a bunch of points against them. So I'm sticking away from this, but the Bucks have let up 130, 115, 120, 115 in their last few bouts with other teams, and obviously Portland, like every single game they play is 235 to 250 in terms of a finish here. Giannis is probable. Portland, Yusuf Nurkic still out. Winslow is out. Gary Payton upgraded to probable. In the last 10 games here, the Bucks 9-1 straight up, 6-4 against the spread. In Portland, not playing too well. Last 6 games at home, 2-4, 4.5 points. I could take that. If Giannis is a go, obviously, I'm not taking this game if Giannis isn't playing. But if Giannis is playing, I'm all over the Bucks here, -4.5. And then last game on the slate, Warriors 4.5 point favorites taking on the Thunder. You think that's too low. You're like, oh, I guess OKC must have some big injury. Yes, Steph Curry getting injured, as we know, yet again. The guy can't stay healthy. I feel so bad. One of the best players of our generation, and he just seems to get hurt over and over again. He's out indefinitely here. Lou Dort is out for the Thunder here. 4.5 points. I'm going with the rumbling cover and Thunder. Do I think it's going to be a close game? Yes. Could I see if someone in the comments, like I always tell you guys, I'll be transparent. If someone's like, no, the Warriors are still the play at 4.5, I don't think I'd argue. Like, I don't think that I'm that on the rumbling cover and Thunder, but 4.5 points is a sizable amount to give me here. And then 237.5, I like this game going over. Yes, high over, but I do like this game going over. And that is all I have for you guys to say. Hope you guys do enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.